In today's show, Bitcoin wobbles below 46,000 as one Bitcoin passes 800,000 Turkish Lira for the first time. In today's show, I'll be breaking down the latest technical analysis. And as Holger points out, new week, new lows. Turkey Lira plunges to another all-time low, now down 57.4% year to date. Elon announces, for those wondering, I will pay $11 billion in taxes this year. Max Kaiser responded, $5.5 billion of Elon's 2021 tax bill will go into weapons America will waste losing another war. Also in today's show, billionaire Ray Dalio impressed how Bitcoin survived the last decade, quoting him here from a recent interview on Yahoo Finance. I think it's impressive that for the last 10, 11 years, that programming has held up. It hasn't been hacked and it has an adoption rate. And he also shares cash, which most investors think is the safest investment, is, I think, the worst investment. Also in today's show, Bitcoin test yearly moving average as $100,000 by Christmas needs a small miracle. As Philip Swift points out here, the 1 year moving average is pretty important Bitcoin bull bear pivot level historically, and we are sat right on it now. I vote we bounce and stay bull. And Plan B updates us, Bitcoin needs a small miracle for $100,000 Christmas. Will I ditch stock to flow model if this does not happen? Nah, I actually like being at the lower bands. In fact, I published the model at the lower bands in March 2019 with Bitcoin below 4K. Also be sharing the latest updates from Plan B and Holger. Also in today's show, here's a realistic long-term Ethereum price prediction according to crypto analyst Benjamin Cowen as he shares in a new strategy session. The trick is that this can't go on forever without eventually entering into a bear market. So I imagine we do get some type of move up to the upside. I don't know how high that's going to go. I would expect 10,000 is a reasonable target. We could even go as high as 20,000. It's hard to know. I'm imagining continued sideways movement for a little while, especially with Bitcoin looking somewhat weak at the moment. I'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. As you can see, Bitcoin, Ether, and many of the major alts are correcting and in the red. But where's the Bitcoin price likely to go next? Find out all this, plus so much more in today's show. Here at Crypto News Alerts, I drop a brand new episode every single day. The goal is to get to 100,000 subscribers. If you like getting that crypto, be sure to smash that subscribe button and ring that bell to turn on all notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, just like this. Today's episode is brought to you by the FTX app, formerly known as Blockfolio. I've been using this app literally every single day for the past few years. It's the first thing I do when I wake up in the morning is check my crypto portfolio. I personally love it because it's the easiest and fastest way to buy Bitcoin, Ether, and other top cryptocurrencies with zero fees, truly making this a no-brainer. And they're trusted by over 6 million people worldwide and over 200 plus countries around the world. And they have a special promo they're running right now where you can earn free crypto in every trade over $10. Here's how it works. When you use my referral link in the description right down below, every trade over $10 earns you a chance to get a random free coin. And the more you trade, the more you earn. So what are you waiting for? Go ahead and use my referral link in the description right down below and download the FTX app today. Make some trades, claim your free crypto, and let's start stacking those sats. Shall we? All right, welcome back to another episode of Crypto News Alerts. I'm your host, JV, and I'm broadcasting live from Florida. You can see the Christmas tree behind me. Now, Bitcoin fell over 5% from local highs through December 20th as macro tensions persisted into the new week. As you can see here, as the Bitcoin 1 hour candle chart is looking bearish currently. Now, data from Cointelegraph Markets Pro and TradingView tracked Bitcoin as it fell below 46,000 overnight on Sunday, reaching lows of $45,787 on Bitstamp. And quoting crypto analyst Mikhail Van de Pop here, the U.S. stock markets will be having a pretty bad day. When it comes to today, also the European stock markets will be opening with red numbers. And again, quoting him here, we are actually making ourselves ready for some heavy volatility in the last few weeks of this year. And like others, Van de Pop highlighted the strength in the U.S. dollar, providing extra friction for risk-on assets such as Bitcoin. With the U.S. dollar currency index facing resistance, Bitcoin is battling to maintain support in a classic inversely correlated move. And quoting him again here, what you want to see in a reversal structure is something like we have been seeing in September as well, referencing the $40,000 breakout at the end of the month. Now let's discuss the Turkish Lira dropping to all-time lows. With little to inspire Bitcoin traders overall, only events in Turkey provided some form of silver lining for those who opted to diversify into the king of all crypto. That's right, following a fresh commitment to lower interest rates from President Recep Tayyip Erdogan, Turkey's national fiat currency, the Lira, fell to record new lows of 17.8 against the US dollar. As Holger points out here, new week, new lows. Turkey Lira plunges to another all-time low after Erdogan said Islam demands lower rates, now down 57.4% year to date. like, whoa, hyperinflation is very real. Now, taking its year-to-date losses to near 60%, the latest slight brought the focus back into Bitcoin and other cryptos as a potential hedge against extreme economic policy. The Bitcoin/Lira pair passed 800,000 in a record-breaking move overnight, having doubled in just 2.5 months. Check out this chart. It's pretty wild. Bitcoin one-day candle chart against the Turkish lira. And to add insult to injury, the lira fell below parity with the embattled Egyptian pound for the first time in history. And Erdogan had fought the relationship with cryptocurrency and has taken steps to banish the industry from Turkish consumers. So there you have it. And as Elon Musk recently tweeted, for those wondering, I will pay over $11 billion in taxes this year. And I love Max Kaiser's response. $5.5 billion of Elon's 2021 tax bill will go into weapons America will waste losing another war. Facts. He ain't telling no lies. And before I break down next story of the day, billionaire Ray Dalio is impressed how Bitcoin survived the last decade, as well as Bitcoin test yearly moving average as $100,000 by Christmas, needs a small miracle, as well as here's a realistic long-term Ethereum price prediction, according to crypto analyst Benjamin Cowen. But first, let's take a quick look at the overall crypto market. As you can see, all the major cryptos are currently correcting in the red, with Bitcoin down 3% for the day, trading just under 46,000. We have Ether down almost 4%, trading under 3,800. Solana down a whopping 8%, trading at $170. We have Cardano down 5.5%, trading at $1.21, while Hex, Luna, Doge, and XRP are all pumping and in the green. But all right, now let's break down our next story of the day. Billionaire investment legend Ray Dalio gave another positive sentiment, saying he is impressed with crypto while classifying cash as the worst investment. In a new interview with Yahoo Finance on December 17th, the Bridgewater Associates founder stated he thinks it's impressive that crypto lasted without being hacked in the last decade. Quoting him here, I think it's impressive that for the last 10 to 11 years, that programming has held up and it hasn't been hacked, and it has an adoption rate. He also mentioned that he owns some Bitcoin and Ethereum, and when asked how much he owns, Dalio responded by saying he doesn't hold a lot of it. I'm very big on diversification, and it's a very small part of the portfolio. And back in 2020, Dalio's criticisms of volatility and lack of buyer protection for crypto have been the cause of alarm for many holders. He mentioned that Bitcoin is not very good as a store hold of wealth. However, at the beginning of 2020, he made a full 180, and the billionaire called the asset one hell of an invention. And in an essay that Dalio published back in January of 2021, he clarified that both crypto advocates and antagonists are looking at the same thing from different angles. He said that he understands that Bitcoin has its pros and cons. The billionaire fund manager proceeded to point out that he views crypto as an alternative money in an environment where the value of cash is depreciating in real terms. He added that he still thinks that cash is trash, as he said in previous interviews. Quoting him here, cash, which most investors think is the safest investment, I think is the worst investment. I couldn't agree more. Let me know your thoughts in the comments right down below. Now, the billionaire's answer shows more positivity compared to his previous statements that the United States may ban Bitcoin and that he could choose gold over BTC back in August, which was dubbed by the community as FUD, which we all know is nothing more than fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And on March 25th, Dalio stated that it is likely that Bitcoin may be outlawed the way gold was outlawed under some set of circumstances. He cited the gold ban in the 1930s as an example, saying this may also happen to Bitcoin. Now, during those times, the government didn't want gold to compete with fiat because things may go out of control. Dalio said, now the difference is Bitcoin is unconfiscatable. Take that, gold bugs. And before I break down next story of the day, Bitcoin test yearly moving average as $100,000 by Christmas needs a small miracle, as well as here's a realistic long-term Ethereum price prediction according to crypto analyst Benjamin Cowen. I want to give a quick shout out to Rubik, the multi-chain swap protocol, which allows you to swap any of 11,500 plus tokens on in between 9 blockchains all in one click. That's right, because transferring between different blockchains can take a lot of time and money. You need to use endless bridges, implement numerous swaps, and pay multiple fees. So Rubik resolves the issue of multi-chain swaps by including dexes and bridges in one clear interface. Rubik is also launching their staking on December 23rd with an APY of 80% or more. I highly encourage you to click the link in the description right down below for the full details. And also note, this is a paid sponsorship, so please do your own research. Now, taking a look at the overall crypto market cap, we're currently sitting above 2.1 trillion with about 86 billion in volume in the past 24 hours, with the Bitcoin dominance at 40.5%, with the Ether dominance at 21.5%. 0.1%. And checking out the top gainers within the top 100, we have Revain leading the pack, up about 16% for the day, trading at a penny, followed by YFI, up 8.5%, trading just under 35,000, followed by Celsius, up almost 4%, trading just under $4. Now, which altcoins are you currently most bullish on? Let me know in the comments right down below. And now checking out one of my favorite indicators is the Crypto Greed and Fear Index. Shows we're currently rated a 25 in extreme fear, yesterday at 29, last week at 28, and last month a 43 in fear. And if you're not familiar with the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, extreme fear can be a sign investors are too worried. That could be a great buying opportunity, like we're witnessing right now. BTFD, buy the blood on these crypto streets. When investors are getting too greedy, that means the market is due for a correction. But all right, now let's break down our next story of the day. Bitcoin prepared for a showdown. So let's freaking go. The price of Bitcoin is currently the location of Bitcoin's one-year moving average trend line, an important historical line in the sand that has enabled considerable upside if Bitcoin preserves it as support. Quoting crypto analyst Philip Swift right here, the one-year moving average is pretty important. Bitcoin bull bear pivot level historically, and we are sat right on it now. I vote we bounce and stay bull. Let me know if you agree or disagree with this crypto analyst. Now, a bounce will still leave a vast amount of ground to recover in order to post an end of the year closing price even slightly in line with previous bullish expectations. Now, among them are those of the stock to flow model creator Plan B, who at the weekend acknowledged that his $100,000 Bitcoin target for 2021 was unlikely to hit. And he added that he would not be abandoning his models, which remain valid despite recent events. As he shares here on crypto Twitter, Bitcoin needs a small miracle for a $100,000 Christmas. Will I ditch stock to flow if this does not happen? Nah, I actually like being at the lower bands. In fact, I published the model at the lower bands in March of 2019 with Bitcoin below $4,000. And checking out this response from the Smoke Whisperer, the average of 100,000 is still a possibility before the next halving. Thank you for your guidance and contributions to the space. Merry Christmas to you. And Plan B responded, that is indeed the only measure. And checking out his other recent tweet, he wrote, money printing, quantitative easing, debasement is the only reason why governments can mandate drugs, close businesses, fire doctors and nurses, spin mainstream media, enforce lockdowns, destroy our liberties and society. That is why I tweet about current geopolitical events. And as you can see here in this chart, it shows you the ECB balance sheet. And I agree with Plan B 100%. And I am still a firm believer in his stock to flow model. It has been dead accurate and is still the most accurate Bitcoin price prediction model in history. Granted, it's not perfect, but then again, no technical analysis is. And Laurent responded, the more they print, the more government will grow, and the more businesses will depend on government handouts, and the more we lose our freedoms. The founding fathers knew very well why central government had to remain small, and to keep it in check, you need sound money, not fiat. Plan B responded, also the reason why Satoshi invented Bitcoin, debasement in 2008 to save the banks, now big pharma. Now the unusual end to 2021 has also impacted traditional markets. Meanwhile, with the classic Santa rally nowhere to be seen last week, comments from the United States Federal Reserve provided a short-lived performance boost, but overall, progress has been limp compared to earlier in the year, as Holger outlines here. Look, as if markets not staging typical Santa rally, global stocks have lost 1.8 trillion in market cap this week as investors reached a hawkish Fed pivot, spike in COVID cases, and find themselves positioning into 2022 of already elevated valuations. Stocks still worth 118 trillion, 140% of the global GDP. Like, whoa. There you have it. And before I break down our final story of the day and I share a realistic long-term Ethereum price prediction according to crypto analyst Benjamin Cowen, but first I want to remind you to smash that show more button right below this video in the description for a detailed analysis of what's going on in the crypto market. This goes for all 1,000 plus videos right here on my YouTube channel. Also some very helpful resources for you to plug into, including my new crypto merch store, which recently went live. Check it out at merch.cryptonewsalerts.net. Also have a daily letter, which goes out to over 30,000 subscribers every single day. To subscribe, visit letter.cryptonewsalerts.net. Also have a blog I update daily, which can be found at cryptonewsyes.com. Also be sure to smash that subscribe button and ring that bell to turn on all notifications that help me get to 100,000 subs. You can also follow me on all the major podcasting platforms. We're currently receiving over 20,000 downloads per day. You can find me on Spotify, the home of the Joe Rogan Experience, or Apple's iTunes and Google Play. You can also follow me on crypto Twitter. My Twitter handle is crypto news. Yes. And of course, you can follow me on TikTok, Telegram, and Facebook. So wherever you're at, be sure to follow me there. But all right, now let's break down our final story of the day. Crypto analyst and trader Benjamin Cowen is revealing what he thinks is ahead for Ethereum moving into 2022. Now, how many of you are currently bullish on Ethereum? Holla at your boy in the live chat. Now, in a new strategy session, Cowen tells his 663,000 YouTube subs that Ethereum has been in a consolidation phase for the better part of this year in 2021. And to get a better idea of what could happen next for ETH, the analyst looks at the previous consolidation phases in 2016 and 2017, which both preceded massive breakouts to the upside. Cowen says some combination of these two phases likely awaits Ethereum today. Quoting him here, "What I'm thinking, it is probably not going to be either of them. It could be a mix of the two. Maybe we do something in the middle and we break out. I don't know exactly, but I would expect Ethereum to put in all-time highs into 2022 and potentially continue moving on into 2023. But I think it is highly speculative to count on that at the moment." And he also notes that Ethereum's current consolidation phase is similar to 2016 and that it is sticking with a 2x window. While ETH ranged between $8 and $16 in 2016, it has been hovering between $2,000 and $4,000 for the better part of this year in 2021. The analyst says that Ethereum's consolidation could last as long as mid-2022, but that a breakout will be the likely end result. Quoting him here, "The trick is that we can't go on forever without eventually entering into a bear market. So I imagine we do get some type of move up to the upside. I don't know how high that's going to go. I would expect 10,000 as a reasonable target. We can go as high as 20,000. It's hard to know. I'm imagining continued sideways movement for a little while, especially with Bitcoin looking somewhat weak at the moment." And to watch this entire analysis by Benjamin Cowen, check the show notes below the video in the description. Also like to point out that Raoul Pal is extremely bullish on Ethereum. He says his crypto holdings over 80% Ether, and he's projecting a $40,000 Ethereum price by summer of 2022. Let me know if you agree or disagree with the macro guru. And now for a quick recap of what I covered with you here in today's show. Bitcoin wobbles below 46,000 as one Bitcoin passes 800,000 Turkish Lira for the first time. Also in today's show, I shared that billionaire Ray Dalio is impressed how Bitcoin survived the last decade and still believes that cash is trash. Also in today's show, we discussed Bitcoin testing yearly moving average as 100,000 by Christmas needs a small miracle. And we also discussed a realistic long-term Ethereum price prediction of $20,000 per ETH, according to crypto analyst Benjamin Cowen. Where do you feel the Bitcoin price is likely to go next? Let me know in the comments right down below. Now for the top 3 comments from yesterday's episode. Max Schmidt wrote, "Best show, best news in the space. Cheers, Max. Greatly appreciate your support, fam." And our next featured comment comes from Stephen Hubbs, who wrote, "Touche on the guy's comment on that university professor who said Bitcoin and crypto are going away. It's more likely the legacy financial system will go away if they don't adopt crypto into their business model. Facts, fam. Preach." Now for our third and final feature comment of the day comes from G. Dean, who wrote, "Hi JV, great show. The Feed and Greer Index is at extreme fear and I am buying big time. Fam, if you're not willing to hodl for at least 4 years, then yes, your crypto assets are at a greater risk because of the volatility. Be very careful with ish coins. I say that anything less than the top 10 market cap coins should be purchased with extreme caution and not intended to hold for very long. Just my observations and experience since 2017. Bitcoin, hodl forever. Thanks for sharing your 2 Satoshis, fam. Hodl forever. Let's go." And to be featured on tomorrow's episode, drop me a comment right down below. Well, that's going to conclude today's show. As always, I appreciate you tuning in and journeying along with me inside this incredible crypto matrix. If you gain value out of today's show, be sure to smash that subscribe button and ring that bell to turn on all notifications and help me get to 100,000 subs. And I look forward to seeing you on tomorrow's episode. Peace.